Yes, what's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV at starting 11 prediction time for tomorrow's massive Champions League tie against RB Leipzig at Celtic Park. This is the second game of the double-header. Obviously, we lost 3-1 in Germany last Wednesday. No doubt this will be a tough game for us, but there's plenty to play for, and there's no doubt that we need to perform better than we did at the weekend if we're to get a win in this game. We do still have the prospect, if we win the two home games and Real Madrid win their next two games, we'll be in the last 16. That's a hugely tall order though, and I've heard a lot of people talking about that, but we're yet to win a game in the Champions League this season, and that's because it's really difficult to win a game at this level. You need to put it all together. You need to perform well on the ball, you need to defend well, you need to take your chances when they come along. The technical level, the concentration, everything has to be there. To get 3 points at this level, it's very difficult, but it's a great chance for us tomorrow. I just wish we were playing better and a bit better form going into it, but we are where we are. There's a few injury problems as well. Jota didn't train today, but with the crowd behind us tomorrow, you've got to fancy us to take the game to Leipzig, and hopefully their front players can have a bit of an off night and we can get a massive victory. Last bit on the game at the weekend, a lot of talk about our form, a lot of debate in the comments on the full-time reaction about whether people are overreacting or not. I don't think there's any getting away for the fact that we're not playing that well at the minute. Yes, we're getting victories in the league with 2-1 victories in a row, but you can tell something's just not quite clicking, and that's the way the manager will be looking at it. It's all right for people to come on comments and say that we're being far too harsh, but the manager talks all the time about how the team doesn't focus on outcomes, it focuses on performances, and there's no getting away from the fact that performances have dipped in recent weeks. We haven't kept a clean sheet for 6 matches now. That's going to have to change tomorrow, you would think, if we're to get a victory. Leipzig, on their previous 2 visits to Scotland, haven't won. They obviously get beat at Ibrox, but they also get beat at Celtic Park in 2018. And their inconsistency continued at the weekend because they only had a 1-1 draw in the league. So hopefully we can get at that. And as I say, if they have an off night and we can harness that atmosphere early in the game and take the game to them, hopefully we can get the result that we need. So in terms of the team, we'll start in goals as we always do with Joe Hart. A wee bit of debate before the weekend's game about whether he would start or not. I don't think there was ever any doubt in the manager's mind. He'll play again tomorrow night. Hopefully no error like the one that he made last Wednesday, and hopefully a better defensive performance in front of him. Right back, Ralston played at the weekend. I expect Juranovic to come back in. At centre half, I do think we'll see Carter Vickers, obviously, who captained the team at the weekend. Such a huge boost for us to have him back. Hopefully that can really help us in a game at this level. We didn't have him in Germany last week, and it really stood out. We missed him in the games that he didn't play in, St Mirren, Motherwell, Leipzig. You could really tell we were without him. Hopefully he brings a solidity and an assurance to the full back line, but also whoever's playing alongside him, and I think it will be Stephen Welsh. I'm not sure what the deal is with Jens at the minute. He obviously wasn't involved at the weekend. I think on that basis the manager will give Welsh the nod. It's still too early for Starfelt, I believe. So I think Greg Taylor will complete the back 4. There's a big decision to be made in midfield for the manager because we're obviously without the captain Callum McGregor. At the weekend, O'Reilly played in a deeper position. Hatate played in front of him, and we played a slightly different system because we had Haksabanovic, Jota, Abada and Giakoumakis all in the starting lineup. We won't have as many attacking players tomorrow, you don't think? And I think in that deeper position he will start Oliver Abelgard. I think there's no way we can go without a natural central defensive midfielder in this game tomorrow. Obviously last week we were very open at times. Leipzig did cut through us. They scored 3 goals. It could have been more than that. So we've got to be stronger. We've got to be much stronger in midfield. And I know we like to take the game to the opposition, play on the front foot, play forward, attack, but that doesn't mean that you just have to be open all the time. I think we have to get a press much better than we did last week at times, and I think having a central defensive midfielder in there is key for that. Abelgard came onto the game last week when McGregor went off. Hasn't played a lot of football. Still too early to judge him. I know McCarthy and Moy came on at the weekend. McCarthy to decent effect. A good role in setting up the goal, playing in Bernabe. But I just think Abelgard will get the nod. And in front of him, I don't think there's any doubt that Hatate and O'Reilly will start and complete the midfield three. Rio Hatate was a standout for me again at the weekend. I thought Haksabanovic was good, but Hatate was involved in everything positive that we did. He's had a brilliant little slide wheel pass for Haksabanovic for the first goal. He won it back on the halfway line in the second half, drove forward, slid in Abada for a one-on-one, and it was quite a weak finish from Abada, but I thought Hatate was involved in everything good that we did before he came off in about 6 to 8 minutes, so I expect another big performance for him. I hope O'Reilly, I don't know how he took to that deeper midfield role at the weekend. It didn't look the most natural thing in the world for him. I don't know if it's just in this system. I know people have said that he played deeper in his career before he came to Celtic, but it didn't really look that natural for him. I think he's much more suited to playing in that more advanced role. So there's obviously defensive sides to the game and attacking sides when you play one up. But I think he's much more natural there. We will need a big performance from him tomorrow. He was on the periphery last week. Didn't really affect it as much as he usually does. That's the challenge at this level. Can you go and affect the game? Get on the ball. That's the challenge for him tomorrow. And everyone in that midfield, we're going to need a big performance from them. The front three tomorrow, I think Abada will play on the right-hand side. I think Haksabanovic will play on the left. Now, that's because Jota looks like he's going to miss the game. He came off at half-time at the weekend. The manager said today it's going to be a last-minute decision about whether he makes tomorrow's game or not. I think on that basis, Haksabanovic will get the nod. And through the middle, I think we will see Kyogo Furuhashi return to the starting lineup. Giakoumakis played at the weekend. He got 90 minutes. Kyogo was an unused sub. And I think Giakoumakis wasn't great on the day, as many of his teammates weren't either, but he came up with a big moment at the end, and that's what he's got to do in that position. He got the goal, he got the winning goal with the last kick, and it was a vital goal for us. But I think going into this game, again, on the counter-attack in transition, Kyogo is the more dangerous player. It gives us more pace going forward, and I think if we can exploit Leipzig on turnovers. Interesting to read before the game, you'll see it on the banner at the bottom that we've forced the most high turnovers leading to shots in the Champions League so far this season. None of them have come and resulted in a goal. But I think last week in transition, when we were winning it back and Hatate was finding Kyogo, we did look dangerous. Kyogo played a really vital role in setting up a goal for Jota as well, so I think he will get the nod to play through the middle tomorrow night. There you go, that's the team I think Ange will pick. As I said at the start of the video, there's no doubt we need to perform better than we have been in recent weeks if we're to get the result that we want and we need in this game. There's no getting away for that. But at Celtic Park on a European night, under the lights, in the atmosphere, hopefully that can get at Leipzig and the team can give us a big performance that merits the Champions League level. Another bit of unwanted sort of form or history coming into this game is that we have lost our last 6 home Champions League group stage matches. If we lose tomorrow night, that will match the longest ever run of home defeats in the group stage set by Monaco a few years back. They had 7 in a row. That is the sort of history we want to avoid, and this Celtic team wants to go and make the kind of history that we associate with Celtic at home in Europe over the last 20 years, and that's big victories against big teams, and they've got a chance to do that tomorrow, but they need to raise their level. There you go. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Wherever you're watching the game tomorrow night in the world, enjoy it. I know I will enjoy the atmosphere being there. Let's hope we can get the result. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you tomorrow after the game. Cheers.